Welcome. In this video, I'm going to be benchmarking the network speeds in this Amazon Fire TV Cube. This is the 3rd gen Cube. So if you find this video helpful and you want to purchase one of these or any of the other products I'm showcasing in this video, I'll put a link in the description. And if you use that link, it helps me out a little bit and doesn't cost you anything extra. So this model of the Cube supports 2.4 gigahertz, 5 gigahertz, and 6 gigahertz Wi-Fi. And this supports the Wi-Fi 6E standard. This Cube also has an Ethernet port in the back. This is a 100 megabit Ethernet port. And I'll also be testing this Amazon Basics Gigabit Ethernet adapter. Now this Cube only has USB 2.0, so the max speed we could possibly get out of this would be 400 megabits per second. So I'm just doing this as a demonstration. For practical purposes, a 4K stream would typically take about 25 megabits. So keep that in mind as I'm doing this. So we'll get some speeds that'll be in the hundreds of megabits. But for most people, if it's 25 megabits, it'll do what they need for the maximum video quality. But there might be people that have special applications for this and they want to know how to get the fastest network speeds. And I will mostly be doing each test once, so it's not super scientific, but if I get oddball results, I may run it again. But I kind of know what to expect out of these results. So to test, I'll be using the Silk browser on Fire TV, and I'll be connecting to an open speed test server on my network. It's all connected with a gigabit LAN, or when it's connecting to Wi-Fi, the Wi-Fi is connected with 2.5 gigabit, all the way to the server. So let's get started. So I'm going to skip over some things and speeding up the video at different points in times, so just be aware of that. So first I'll connect to the 2.4 gigahertz Wi-Fi. So I'll start the speed test. Okay, so I got 94 down and 69 up. So for consuming content like streaming video, the download is really the important one. The upload's not as important. But this is almost fast enough to support 4 4K streams at a time. So now let's switch to the 5 gigahertz. Okay, so for that we got 378 down and 480 up. So for the last Wi-Fi, we'll go to 6 gigahertz. So for that we got 520 down and 537 up. So we know right away this is going to be our fastest speed because the Ethernet interfaces are not faster than this. So now I'm going to connect the Ethernet. So to do that I'm going to turn the Wi-Fi off. I plugged in the Ethernet. It should come up here in just a second. Okay. So we got 96.9 and 96.5. So we're very close to 100 megabit. You won't typically see 100 megabit when you do a test like this. So these are very good results. So now I'm going to unplug it and plug in the USB adapter with the Ethernet. Now I don't have to go into any configuration. In a second here, it should just pair up and work. Okay, so we got 380 down and 344 up. So we're not quite maxing out that USB interface. It didn't quite get to 400, but it got pretty close. So I'll put a picture of the results up on the screen. So our fastest was the 6 gigahertz Wi-Fi, followed by the 1 gigabit using the Ethernet adapter. And then we had the 5 gigahertz Wi-Fi, and then the 100 megabit Ethernet and the 2.4 gigahertz Wi-Fi were very similar on download speeds. So if you want the fastest speed, you want to use the 6 gigahertz or 5 gigahertz Wi-Fi or a USB Ethernet adapter. Now, since I said a 4K streaming video only takes around 25 megabits. You may wonder why you would care about using Ethernet, but if you have a congested Wi-Fi network, it might be advantageous to use Ethernet to avoid the congestion. So these results are about what I expected. I could maybe see the 5 gigahertz results getting a little bit higher. There might have been some congestion, but otherwise I'd say they're probably pretty accurate. So that's all I'm going to cover in this video. If you have any questions, please leave them in the comments. If you like this video, please click like. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, I'd appreciate if you could do that. And thanks for watching. Until next time, goodbye.